The Harry Potter main actors did a really good job in mirroring the characters from the book. They were all perfect to the point that no one would wish to change them. However, in today's video we'll take a look at some actors who were almost cast as the Harry Potter characters, so let's get into it. Haley Joel Osment as Harry Potter. At the time when Steven Spielberg was planning to bring Harry Potter to the screen, he had in mind an actor for the role, Haley Joel Osment, the hero of Sixth Sense. When Spielberg backed out of the project, the actor was no longer considered, and also because the fact that he was not British. Thomas Brody Sangster as Ron Weasley. Thomas, aka the kid from Love Actually, revealed that he auditioned to play Ron. Despite missing out the role, Thomas took it all in his stride. Hattie Jones as Hermione Granger. The initial search to find the perfect young actress to play Hermione Granger finally came down to two candidates, Hattie Jones, who had already starred in Madeline, and Emma Watson, at that stage an unknown actress. The producers eventually chose Emma because they felt she had exactly what they were looking for, but it was close between the girls. Robin Williams as Hagrid. Late legendary comedic actor Robin Williams was Warner Bros.' first choice to play Hogwarts gamekeeper Hagrid. However, J.K. Rowling, who had final refusal on all of the film's casting choices, was adamant that all of the actors in the films be British. Thus the role went to Robbie Coltrane. Tim Roth as Professor Snape. Tim was first in line for Professor Snape's role. He could have been a fitting Snape, but he dropped out to film Tim Burton's The Planet of the Apes. The role was then given to Alan Rickman, which was to all of us a perfect choice. Helene McRoy as Bellatrix Lestrange. Helena Bonham Carter was not initially slated to play Bellatrix Lestrange. Helena McRoy originally had the role in the bag. However, her first pregnancy forced her to pull out of shooting Harry Potter and the Order of Phoenix, so Bonham Carter got the role. Luckily, McRoy snatched the role of Narcissa Malfoy, Bellatrix's sister, in the final three films. Henry Cavill as Cedric Diggory. Back in the 2000s, Henry Cavill, now known to the world as Superman, lost out on two big roles, both of which ended up going to Robert Pattinson. Henry Cavill tried out for the role of Edward in Twilight, and Cedric Diggory in Harry Potter and the Goblet of Fire, but was turned down for both. J.K. Rowling as Lily Potter. Rowling was offered the role of Lily Potter, however, she explained on her official site why she turned it down. The filmmakers did ask me to play Lily Potter in the Mirror of Erised scene in the first film, but I'm really not cut out to be an actress, even one who just has to stand there and wave. I would have messed it up somehow. Robson Green as Sirius Black. It's so difficult to imagine anyone other than Gary Oldman in the role of Sirius Black, but it was nearly happened. Originally, Robson Green was cast in this role. However, when the film changed directors, Robson was replaced with Gary Oldman. Jason Isaacs as Professor Lockhart. Jason didn't originally audition for the role of Lucius Malfoy. Instead, he auditioned for the role of Lockhart, but came in second to Kenneth Branagh. He was annoyed when producers and casting directors asked him to play the role of Lucius Malfoy thereafter. It wasn't until his entire family started convincing him to take on the role of Lucius Malfoy, letting him know how special of an opportunity it was, that he thought it over. Tom Felton as Harry Potter. Tom originally auditioned for the role of Harry and the role of Ron before landing the part of Draco. I am very grateful I am in the film role, but even more grateful that I got the character of Draco, Tom said during an interview. Liam Aiken as Harry Potter. Originally, the role was offered to American actor Liam Aiken, who had worked with director Chris Columbus on the film Stepmom. However, the offer was almost immediately retracted. Author J.K. Rowling had forbade any non-British actors from starring in the films, so the role was offered to Daniel Radcliffe. Saoirse Ronan as Luna Lovegood. Saoirse auditioned to play Luna Lovegood in the Harry Potter franchise, but lost the role to Evanna Lynch. Peter O'Toole as Dumbledore. Peter and Richard Harris were very good friends throughout their careers. Harris' family had hoped that O'Toole would take over the role of Dumbledore after Harris passed away. However, O'Toole decided to pass as he had health concerns of his own and didn't want the filmmakers to potentially be left in the same situation as they were when Harris passed away. Michael Gambon was then cast and successfully made the role his own. Tilda Swinton as Professor Trelawney. Though the wonderful Emma Thompson gave Professor Trelawney all of the quirks, character, and personality that she could master, it was Tilda Swinton who was initially offered the role. She turned it down immediately due to scheduling conflicts and because she stated she was morally against boarding school. Kate Winslet as the Great Lady. Kate was the first choice for the role that ended up going to Kelly MacDonald. Unfortunately, Kate never even got to consider taking on the Great Lady. Her agent rejected the role on her behalf. Bob Hoskins as Professor Slughorn. The late Bob was considered to star as the Hogwarts professor who had a passion for collecting his students. Hoskins would have fit in perfectly in the Harry Potter franchise. Still, Bob lost the role to Jim Broadbent. Rosamund Pike as Rita Skeeter. Rosamund signed on to play Rita Skeeter in Harry Potter and the Goblet of Fire, after learning that she would also need to sign on to the Order of Phoenix despite minimal screen time. Rosamund left the role behind. As a result, Rita Skeeter is played by Miranda Richardson. Hugh Grant as Professor Lockhart. Hugh Grant was the first choice for the self-absorbed Defense Against the Dark Arts Professor Gilderoy Lockhart. Grant was offered the role and he even accepted it. However, pesky scheduling conflicts got in the way and Grant had to step away from the role. Eddie Redmayne as young Tom Riddle in the Chamber of Secrets. Long before he landed the role of Fantastic Beast Newt Scamander, Eddie tried to break into the Harry Potter franchise by trying out for other parts. "I actually auditioned to play Tom Riddle when I was back at university," Redmayne revealed in an interview. "I properly failed and didn't get a call back." David Thwaites as Professor Quirrell. David initially auditioned for the role of Professor Quirrell in the Harry Potter and the Philosopher's Stone, but he went to actor Lon Hart. Luckily, David was given the role of Remus Lupin in Harry Potter and the Prisoner of Azkaban, a role that he reprises in the final 4 films. Jimmy Campbell Bower as young Tom Riddle in The Half-Blood Prince. Jimmy was gunning to play the young Dark Lord in Harry Potter and the Half-Blood Prince, a role that eventually went to Frank Dillon. Still, Jimmy got a role in Harry Potter. He plays young Gellert Grindelwald, the second most powerful wizard of all time. That was all for today's video. If you want to see what these Harry Potter characters should have looked like in the movies, please click here. Thanks for watching and I'll see you again soon.